everyone, and welcome to the Launch and Prosper podcast. It's James and Alma Curran here. We run linchpinfunnel.com, a full-service marketing agency focusing on the recurring revenue framework known as Linchpin. Today is February 6th, Thursday. So in a week from now, we'll be into the second day of FHL, the last FHL, FHL 10, 2025, Las Vegas. And we are gathered here today to tell you what not to do. Do not do these things. If you do these things, you will waste your time, your money, your energy, your sanity, everything. So, starting off, let me kick it to you. Do you have a first one?
Well, first of all, I want to share that a lot of these things may be self-explanatory. Right, they're going to be kind of like a duh, but I find that most of the duhs we actually don't pay attention to, so we end up doing them, right? Because it's this is why we always go back to the basics, right? We always go back to that to the most basic things, so that we can keep those skills strong, so that we can build new strength,
fundamentals,
new skills. Exactly. By the way, if you have a Trader Joe's nearby, there's sparkling coconut.
Get you some of this. Get you some of that.
With yuzu. I don't know what yuzu is.
I don't know. Yuzu gonna give me some more of that. I'm prepared.
Yeah, we can't. I mean, imagine us at a 9 to 5. We can't.
Oh, it was a scene. I remember. I was there.
Yeah. So
you framed it. So these are fundamental, foundational things.
Yes.
Yes. So I'm going to start it off. Do not stay up till 2, 3 in the morning getting drunk. Do not do that. If you do that, you might embarrass yourself. You might make some amazing connections with the wrong people. You might get insanely dehydrated the next day, causing you have to drink a ton of water, causing you to have to go to the bathroom every 45 minutes and missing important stuff. Like, just don't do it. Don't do it.
Not feel good. You won't feel that you won't be open, right? First of all, Tony's going to be there, right? So, and Tony's big thing is that if you've ever been to one of his events, he's all about moving and transferring that energy that you have within you. And if you do that, you're not going to be able to move. You're going to be kind of protecting yourself. You're going to be closed, and nothing is really going to penetrate.
All right, so let's make this the health category, and for every one of these don't do's, we're going to give you some do's. What should we do to ensure that we're optimally prepared for the endurance event that will be FHL?
Well, what should we do, right? We should exercise, right? We should keep if you are somebody who exercises
in between days, like every day? Yeah. Wow.
You should exercise.
I agree. I'm going to, but that might be surprising to some people.
Yeah.
To be like, oh, I'm going to go to the gym too. Hell yeah, you're going to go to the gym, and I'll see you there, and I'll high five you. Let's go.
Yeah, because it's so that's really just kind of gets your body going. I mean, we don't have to talk about exercise here and what it does. If we have any exercise experts, please chime in and share what your take on what your take is on that.
Yep.
For sure. And eating lots of fresh food, right? Lots of good food, lots of good things. That kind of goes without saying, but I do know, again, we're all about the basics and the fundamentals here. Often we miss meals, right? We skip meals. We don't eat well. We eat from concession stands. We overeat at some meals, right? It's really, James and I just did a cleanse the last 3 days. I think we started Sunday or Monday.
It was 4 days.
4 days.
Yeah.
It was 4 days? Really?
I think so.
4 days? Wow. So. Okay. It's and we didn't do anything drastic. We mainly we started our days off with water, juice, coffee, our usual stuff. We would make smoothies, and we didn't really have any solids. If we felt like having solids, we would have like a handful of spinach, which we're no strangers to that kind of behavior.
Just something we do.
Take a handful of spinach, like or have some papaya, or have some blackberries, cherries, whatever, right? But it's and we felt great, and we still feel great, right? We had a small breakfast this morning compared to what we normally do, and I feel great. There are times when I feel hungry, but I don't have to indulge every time I feel hungry. I'm not a baby. And, just kind of nourishing your body with good foods like proteins and fats, the good kind of fats, just really valuing yourself, right? Valuing your body, because your body is about to go through an extensive workout mentally and physically and emotionally. And all of that is taking place in the body itself, right? The mental and the emotional, of course, as well as physical. So just valuing that, and making sure that I kind of say, I'm going to take care of her, right? It's like, just kind of making sure that your body's taken care of. Uh, Nourishment, hydration, exercise, sleep,
Sleep's big.
right?
Which sleep's hard. You're probably going to compromise your sleep schedule, given that you want to take in as much of the event as possible. They can run long. It's not Tony Robbins' event long, but he will be there for the last day, so that will definitely be a long day.
Yeah,
So like I think giving yourself grace too with this. We'll get into that later, but with sleep specifically, like it's okay. I think you can go for a couple of days with less sleep than you normally have,
for sure,
and then
for
kind
sure.
of recoup later. Maybe even charge up before you go.
Hmm.
I want to talk specifically about food because yes, there are food trucks, there are restaurants, there are all these kind of easy access to food. Um, and if you can, one of the pro tips that we did a long time ago is, looking for rooms that have refrigerators.
Hmm.
Um, and even if you only have a mini fridge, that's good enough. And you can do Instacart and get groceries delivered to
Which we
your
have
room.
done.
We've done that so many times.
Hmm.
You don't have to have a car. If you're taking an Uber from the airport and there isn't a suitable grocery store within walking distance, in Vegas, a lot of times those big hotels do have like full on mini like convenience stores within the building itself. So you might be able to get by with just that. But getting to like the question of like fresh whole foods, those are awesome suggestions, but it's not nearly as easily accessible. So this is a way that you can say like, I don't care what it is, I'm going to pay a couple extra bucks to get some bread and greens and fruits and stuff delivered to my room, so that way I don't have to always eat crap.
Yeah, and that's something that we do consistently, as long as there is a fridge in a room. Even, gosh, I remember when I was going through Tony Robbins Coaches Academy. I had two roommates. Yeah, and we had a decent sized fridge. It was almost like Euro size fridge, and we all stocked up on things, and it just kept us going, because those were like 16, 18-hour days that you don't get a break. And I think that's kind of where that habit for me was created, when I go to, no, even with HCI. So I have done it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, it is a, I can't do this.
Close the lid.
Oh,
There we go.
so it is definitely learning to take care of yourself during these events, because it's Vegas. There's so much food everywhere, right? And it's so easy to indulge in buffets and all of those things. And um, I mean, there's a time and place for all of that, but I really think in order for your body to function and be at its best, proper nutrition is a must.
It is. There are consequences to those kind of decisions that you made, and you shouldn't feel forced to make them. One thing that we did recently, we were in Atlanta recently and had a room that didn't have a fridge, and we took, I think it was basically like, was it garbage without the line? I don't know. There was some thing that we had, and we filled it up. We got ice in the ice machine and filled it up and put a lid on top of it, and that became the way that we kept our almond milk and our whatever other stuff that we had cool and good to go. So there's no excuse. We're funnel hackers, we're resourceful people, we can make it happen no matter what. So go do that. Also, I heard from Susan Letterton that the price of food in Las Vegas is really high right now. It's double from whatever she's used to.
Really?
Yeah. And she had a tip that she and Andrea are like good friends, Andrea Peer, and they were splitting meals because the portions are so big. So that's a way that you can kind of get, that way you're not having to overeat and you don't have to overspend. So there's another hack for you.
Yeah, and our big thing is also when we like to eat out, so it's not that we're anti eating out, but we like to eat out when we want to, not because we have to, right?
Yeah.
And that's really we last night we went out to eat, but because we chose to, not
Yeah.
because we didn't have good food in the house.
Right.
So just really kind of being mindful of that too. But again, nourish yourself. You're gonna need that because these are long, long, long days. So don't go out partying.
Yeah. Don't get out getting drunk till 3 a.m. And if you must do that, do not do it the third night into the fourth day, because that's gonna be the longest day ever.
With Tony.
Your Tony, yeah.
Yeah.
One other thing, sort of in the health category, is don't push yourself far beyond your nervous system's capacity.
Mm.
It's tempting, and I've done this, to be in it and feel like you're FOMOing if you step away. And I might miss a lead. I'm here for leads and sales and leveling up and increasing the value of what I put into the world. And there's this real strong, there can be, at least for me, I'm speaking for myself, a strong desire to not want to miss anything, to try to meet with all the people that want to meet with me. And all that's good. But I'd say, in addition to that, go and decompress, find some space. It's okay. You can miss a talk. You're going to get the replay,
Yeah, don't push yourself beyond your limits, because then you're just not going to be at your best. And uh we're all talking about, we all hear about people telling us, well, though, don't miss anything, and you gotta make friends, uh, you gotta connect with people, and all that is true for sure. But people are always going to value people who value themselves, right? Because we're always teaching people how to treat us. So if somebody wants to hang out with you and they want to spend some time with you, you can say, hey, you know what, I really want to spend time with you, I really want to, but right now I need to take care of something else, or myself, whatever you want to say. Let's meet up at 3 p.m. or something like that, right? And people will value that. Because it also, first of all, it makes them respect you, and it also kind of sends a message to themselves, like, hey, wait a minute, am I valuing myself, right? And so be that model for others. And so don't be afraid to speak up. And this is really coming from like a recovering people pleaser, where I could not say no to anybody, right? If it's like, if I say no, if I don't want to hang out, then they're not gonna love me anymore, I'm not gonna belong, I'm gonna be kicked out of the tribe. And that is a very, very bad place to come from. That's very scarcity oriented.
It's a sign of courage and strength when you say, like, yes, but not now. You're not going to let anyone down. No one's going to think you're weak or a wuss or anything like that. Just be like,
and if they do,
dang, they're not your people.
But and if they do, then they're just kind of speaking to the wuss or the weak one inside of themselves.
All right. Next up, related to that, don't just sit on the sideline.
Oh,
don't take the the back row, like intentionally take the back row seat. Don't hide from people. This is an environment where the majority of people are open. If you put aside your work and your family, or taking them with you, or you figured out resourcefully how to get to this location, you are head and shoulders above the majority of the people that are out there doing this stuff. So is everyone else around you. Everyone there is going to be nice. Everyone there is nice. I'm just going to say it. Sure, there might be some bad apples, but even them, I don't know, they're just looking for clicks in sales or something, and they're putting on a show. Like, everyone there is nice and friendly and wants to hang and wants to help. It's like the most positive, open, like world-changing environment that you can imagine. It's everyone there. If it's your first time, if you like, when you get there and you put on your badge and you got your flare, and one of them says, like, rookie, yeah, people are gonna be, oh, it's your first time, what do you do? Like, it's a good thing. Like, just there's you'd be missing out on a core aspect of the experience. If you went there, didn't talk to anyone, saw the stuff, and then went back to your room and then kind of sat there. I
Mhm.
think that, so to counter the notion of, yes, you should pull away and get rest, you should also make sure that you are connecting with people. And I guarantee you, if you're terrified of breaking the ice, if you walk down the hallway and you see someone that's wearing the same shirt and wearing the same badge, and you just do this, they're gonna high five you. You don't have to say a word. You'll get that human connection. You'll have leveled up your experience, and it's really easy. It's one of the reasons why I like high fiving people, because I get to do that, and it's just like, yeah, it's the simplest thing possible.
Yeah. And we when we don't do that, and again, we speak from experience in many cases. For myself, I would refer to myself as a wallflower, right? It's kind of like, I have to be invited, right? Somebody like,
Unnaturally,
yeah.
unnaturally, and that's not your natural
That's not my
disposition.
natural position,
No.
but like it's like, oh, somebody has to pull me in, and like when they invite me, give me permission, so to speak, to get in, then I'm all like, yeah, right. But that initial, which is not your kid, for you, it's more natural to reach out, to step in. I would say that it is for me.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, for me, I can carry it out, but so don't wait for the invitation, right? Don't wait for other people to give you permission. Give yourself permission, right? You are there, you have expended the same amount of resources, whatever that is, time, money, take time away from your family, or took your kids out of school, or whatever it is, right? You've done the same thing. You paid the same amount of money for the ticket. You have done this, what it takes to be in that room, just like everybody else. Own that, right? You have every right to be in that space. And honestly, if somebody told me that, I've been to so many seminars. If somebody actually sat down with me and said these words to me, I'd be like, you know what? Thank you. That is my permission slip,
Yeah.
right? That is my permission to
So
actually
guess
step
what?
in.
You were just given the permission slip.
Here you go. I
There
don't
you
have
go.
one, but really just understand that you have. Remind yourself that you have every right to be in that room, and that you should own it.
And if you have not talked to anyone, come seek out us. The two of us would love to talk to you,
We
love
do.
to learn about you, where you are in your business. Do you have one? Do you not have one yet? What kinds of people are you serving? What problems are you solving? What's your story? Come talk, because like, I just guarantee you that I'll say yes to you if you talk. Unless I'm honoring my own boundaries, I'll say yes, but tomorrow, that kind of thing may come up. But yeah, you're guaranteed a response from us.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we really do get it. We've been there. We've again, like I said, I've been that wallflower. I've sought that permission slip and hoped for it and wished that somebody would give it to me. And then I walked away and I'm like, oh, why didn't you just approach one person, right? And I would beat myself up, and it just kind of would go into that cycle. So I get that. And I have been to seminars where I didn't nourish my body, and I have been to seminars where I was up until 1, 2 in the morning, and and then gotten up at 5, 6 again and started over again. Then so we are speaking from experience. So please do reach out to us when you see us, and we'd love to we'd love to hang out. We'd love to connect, and because this is our tribe, this is where we are, and even if we see each other only once a year, hey, we're going back to each other. Yesterday I was asking James, I'm like, how many of our clients are going to be there? And I'm going through these people's faces. I'm like, oh, when I met her or him there, or oh, I haven't met them yet, and I can't wait to see them in person. We're seeking this connection with our kind of people. So so please do reach out.
Say what's up.
Yes.
All right. Next up is do not try to implement every single thing you see. It is so tempting to be like, I gotta get a TikTok shop. I gotta get. I need to sell T-shirts, stickers, flip shoes. Oh man, the air fryer lady's talking again. Do I need an air fryer? Do I need a YouTube channel? Like, some of these things will be what you need to do.
There's something for everybody.
There is, but do not attempt to get it all done, or take good enough notes and then schedule out in the future. it can be so the what I'm attempting to guard you against is the feeling of overwhelm of like, oh, I'll never get this done. This is just too much. Because
Yeah.
then that the anti pattern here is to show up, get amazed by everything, and leave with nothing. No actions, no integration, no change in the direction of your energy or your business or whatever. That's what we're trying to guard against. And one of the ways to do that is to think that you have to get everything in.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's kind of to piggyback off of that. Uh, do not go there without a clear mission, right? Do not go there unprepared. Instead, do evaluate where you are in your business right now, right? It's kind of wherever you are, it's kind of like, oh, I've reached this milestone and I want to grow this division, or I want to grow in this area, or I want to, right? Do evaluate where you are and where you want to see yourself at the end of the event, and then listen to those speakers, reach out to those people, look for those people who can help you get there, right? You don't have to talk to everybody. They're going to be what, 5 to 10,000 people, I don't know how many people they're going to be. You don't have to talk to everybody, but do seek people out. Let's say if you're saying, this is easy for me to say here, it's, oh, I'm at 1,000 Instagram followers and I really want to go to 10,000, and then by the end of, I don't know, this quarter or whatever is realistic for you. Who am I to say what's realistic and what isn't? But really, it's saying, okay, this is where I want to be. Okay, who are the people? How am I going to find these people? These are the people that I want to reach out to. And then, of course, when you know, okay, I need to get somebody who's like a micro influencer, or somebody who's really good at ads, or like Instagram ads, or somebody who's a funnel builder, right? So all of these things, about whatever you are trying to do, somebody who has a great Instagram shop. Does Instagram have shop? I don't know.
I don't know.
What's that? Whatever.
They have that static shop. I don't know if they have the live shopping, like the HSN style stuff, but whatever.
Gotcha. So whatever your complementary group of people is, map that out, seek them out, and say, hey, look, I'm in this business. I'm looking to grow. And to be honest with you, I would love to pick your brain, but I don't want to pick your brain first. I want to be of service to you, right? I want to know if I and how I can serve you. So what is it that you do, right? And then how can I help you? So really just offering your services. And many people may say, you know what, I'm good. I don't need anything, but I'll help you out, right? Because yesterday I read something that Alex Hormozy posted out there, that I mean, this is the same thing that we hear over and over, but he just does it in his flavor. He said, I've never had a more jacked guy
Criticize your form or
my
whatever.
form, right? I've
Yeah.
never had a wealthier person criticize the amount of hours I work or something like that, right? So it's always been the people who are less successful than me, right? So
People beneath you looking up,
uh-huh.
taking shots at you, not
Yeah.
not from above.
And remembering that those people are always coming from fear, right? They're afraid of being judged. They're afraid of losing connection. They're afraid of losing love. And if somebody wants to pull you back or through criticism, they're just saying, oh gosh, the gap between us is widening. I can't handle this division here. So and I can't come to you. So come down to me. That's really all it is.
Yeah, I'm not willing to make the sacrifices that you've made in order to achieve the results that you have achieved. I fear that I would get lost in the process or lose something. So therefore, yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, and so really understanding that the people who you may want to make connections with, they're not gonna diss you. They're not gonna say no to you. They're gonna be open to having a conversation with you. And then it is your responsibility to carry out a respectful and reciprocal conversation.
Also, don't be surprised if people look up to you.
Yeah.
If you're public online, if you're making posts and doing things, people might come up to you and be like, I love seeing what you do, and like be open to that. Because when that happens for the first time, it's like, oh wow, more people watch my stuff than I realized. And it's a cool experience.
Yeah, absolutely. And another thing is, again, it kind of goes with what we were just saying, but don't just go in there to take, right? Go in there to give. There are people that are maybe looking up to you. There are people who who may need your help, who may need your feedback, even if you're like, oh, well, why would Russell Brunson need, what does he need from me? Well, he may need feedback from you, right? How he can do some things better, so you can be of service there. Don't reduce the amount of value that you bring just because you may have less years of experience
That's
than
true.
somebody else.
Russell is in service to us, helping us change
Exactly.
the world through our mission. So he does have questions about how he can better serve us.
Exactly.
100%.
So just always making sure that remembering that you do add value. And when you believe that you add value, you are more likely to be of service to others.
I got one more. Do you have one?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Last one. And we'll wrap it up. Don't go closed like this. Don't go with your arms folded. Don't think you know everything already. Don't think that there isn't something that you can take away from this. Don't think that you know it all. Don't think that you're better than everyone else. Be open, be humble, be receptive, be willing to change your beliefs, be willing to change your patterns, your actions, everything. Part of what Russell does, the event is orchestrated in such a way that there is a decent amount of belief breaking and inspiring talks and case studies and things. So it's kind of geared towards openness, and you probably will be open by day 2, midway through day 2, if you don't come open. But it's possible to show up thinking that it won't work for you, like believing that it won't work for you. Like if you're there, you secretly hope that it will, but you have some sabotaging behaviors or some deep beliefs that it's not for you. And if you show up with that as the frame, with that in your body language and your energy, then you could walk away without any transformation. And that would be a waste of not only your time and your money, but also it's a waste of the impact that you could make upon the people that you've been called to serve.
And I do have one more.
Okay.
Don't put all of this off to implement when you get home.
Ooh, best practices, go.
It's really, because we know that by the time we get home, right? We get home, let's say for us, we're getting home Sunday night around 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
So Ella is going to be sleeping on the plane. Sunday morning, she's going to be, Monday morning, she's going to be going to school. It's going to be hectic. Mondays for us, we're on the calls all day long. Literally, our last call ends at 6, sometimes 6:15, right?
Yeah.
But 6 o'clock. So at night. So we're going to be tired from traveling. We're going to be on calls on Monday. Our Monday morning client and Monday day clients, they're all expecting things, right? And they're going to be giving us new things to do, and the week is kicking off, right? We're going fresh. They don't care that we just spent a week in Vegas. Why should they care, right? They don't need to care about that. And although we work with the best possible people,
and most of them are going to be there,
and most of them are going to be there, but generally speaking, it is our responsibility to show up as our best. Okay, so Tuesday starts, we're rocking and rolling. Again, more clients, more calls, more implementation. Wednesday, I'm on calls all day. Thursday, we're marketing. We're doing all of our marketing. We're catching up. Friday, again, on calls all day. Then we're going to parent mode, and then we have some other things after work. Okay, a full week has gone by. Nothing has been implemented, right? So please make sure that whatever you hear, whatever is important to you, which is why James said, do one thing, right? Go and I said, go in there with an intention. What do you want to get out of it? Implement it there. Implement it at the end of the event, right? After you're done, at the end of the day of the event. It's like, okay, I'm going to go to my room. I'm going to just grab a glass of water. I'm going to have a cup of tea or whatever that is. And I'm going to implement it as much as I can from what I have learned today, but that is applicable to me. And then tomorrow I start fresh, and then you keep it going. So when you get home, it's all done. And if you have a VA or if you have somebody who's actually going to be doing this, send it to them every day, right? Don't wait until you get home until it's all done. No, don't say, oh, we're when I get home, I'm gonna put all of my notes together. No, that's
It won't
BS.
happen.
Nobody
Life
does
will
that.
just
That just doesn't
rush
happen,
you
right?
over. Yeah.
It's like, oh, I gotta organize all that. Organization is just procrastination. Like, no, just put it all out there right now, immediately, and you're gonna feel so much better. And you may be a little bit scared that all these things are in motion by the time you get home. But that's right. Fear can push us. We can use fear as a fuel. So that's really a big one for me.
Hopefully Eileen Wilder speaks. I haven't really looked at the speaker list, but if she doesn't, she has this phrase that she's made famous, at least to me, of do it now, do it now, do it now, do it now. And it becomes this mantra of do it now, do it now, do it now. And she talks about how she heard it from some other guy, one of these old school like secrets of success style people who would say do it now 100 times before he would go and do something. And it just is this imperfect action trumps anything approximating perfect planning and inaction, not to mention procrastination for sure.
Yeah.
And if you are someone who like the idea of doing it now just freaks you out, it's okay, but at least plan it now. Like don't. The anti-pattern here is to wait until you get back in order to organize your thoughts and to come up with a plan. Like as you're going through the talks, kind of like get a feel for like, is this for me or is this not for me? That kind of gets to what I was talking about before of like, you can't get everything. You can't implement everything. You get like, for me, I start taking notes regardless of what I think. When a session starts, doesn't matter what my preconceived notions are, I start taking notes because it might be something that's takes me by surprise. But I'll get a sense 10 minutes in, once they do their origin stories and they set up their epiphanies and all that stuff with their talks, I'll get a sense whether it's for me or not. If it's not for me, then I'll just chill out.
It's like, okay. Go in the hallway, hang out in the
hallway. Yeah, go in the hallway. If the funnel builder marketplace people are there, I go hang out over there. And sometimes I just talk to customers. Exactly. Yeah. Like, or use that as an opportunity to go get some food, some hydration, to go retreat in your room.
Meditate a little bit.
Yeah.
Pray, whatever your thing is, right?
Yeah. Just walk and get some sun.
Yes.
Get your feet on the ground, maybe. Implementation is key. Trying to implement everything is impossible. Trying to gather your notes and implement everything afterwards is not likely. So get as much done as you can while you're there.
Yeah.
A lot of people will stay an extra day just so that they can integrate and get implementation happening.
Yeah. And that may not be for you, but maybe just spending an extra hour at the end of each day, and letting people know, I can't join you for dinner, or I'm going to have room service. Take care of yourself, right?
Ooh, room service. We should get room service.
We did it when we were in Mexico.
Yeah.
Last year, not in 2023.
Yeah, we never do that.
Yeah,
we should do that.
Yeah. Okay, so that's our do and don't list. Don't do these things and do these things instead. So we look forward to meeting you, seeing you again, high-fiving you. And Lucy is not gonna come.
No, she's gonna be staying on a big open field though. She'll be taken care of.
Yeah, she's going out to the country.
Yep. For a whole week. Yeah, so we're getting there on Sunday. We're leaving on Sunday. We'll be there a whole week. Hit us up, DM me if you want to hang, if you want to talk. If you see me in the hall, say what's up. Appreciate you. Grateful to be connected to you. Thank you for watching and listening. And see you next week.